Oh, so surprised. Yep, I'm back 2 days in a row. Another vlog. This one, a couple months old. Some footage I never thought would see the light of day, but I decided last minute to go play a $600 2 mil guarantee due to the likelihood of overlay at the Borgata. And we made a bit of a run on one bullet. We got some decent hand history, some better footage than I think even from the vlog I just put out the other day. By the way, my Discord, join it. We got a solid community. I stream. I notify in there when I go live. I don't really stream poker, some other stuff, but it's all the same. There's a family in there. We all friends. Keep in touch. Do a bunch of other kind of gay stuff, but we want more people. So make it happen. Join, subscribe, do whatever. Fuck it. Here, get right into the fucking video. Because now I am heading over to play the $600 2 mil guarantee that I guess is on pace to potentially overlay in Atlantic City, Borgata, back to where it all began for a lot of us Northeasterners. It's gonna be a 3-hour drive. I'm not gonna get there till around noon. It's almost not worth it, but it's the last flight, and hopefully we can find the bag and play day 2 tomorrow. Which, if I make day 2, because I haven't really planned this out at all, I will be driving all the way fucking home tonight and back in the morning. Whatever. It actually is usually only like a 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive, when it's not during peak rush hour, like I'm leaving right now. So 3-hour ETA on the ways. So I should get in with around 60 big blinds based on, you know, my calculations. Should be level 5, give or take, and that should be 300, 500, 30K starting stack. We're gonna get this shit done. Let's get it. What the fuck? Traffic. Looking for my chapstick. It's fucking crazy. I think honestly all right, first break. We got a full double. So we came in with 75 big blinds, 200, 400 for like 10 minutes. Then blinds went up to 300, 500, 500. I was wrong on the levels, but everything was moved up a level than what I thought. But still 60 bigs, and played an interesting hand where I had queens under the gun limps. We make it 3.5 bigs, and the low jack, the big blind reg that I know pretty quickly makes it 5,300, which is 11.5 bigs. Under the gun folds, we call. We're about 70 deep for the sand, 35K effective, 500 big blind. Flop comes 8-5 deuce, 8 of clubs, 5 of clubs, deuce of diamonds. He bets 12 big blinds. Bigger size, we just call in position with the queen of clubs. I mean, versus the big blind squeeze, like his range super narrow here, because for obvious reasons, like people can just defend most of the stuff that would be like his polar 3-betting. I think he's pretty linear. And yeah, so I call. Might do some raising or getting it in here sometimes without the club, but we just peel in position. I'm not sure. Turn is a 7, good card, and he just like rips it in for pot, and I kind of nit rolled, or a little over pot, and I kind of nit rolled him. But then I was pretty confident that like the bigger bet on flop, the jam on the turn, he's just gonna have like jacks and 10s just enough of the time. Arguably even more often than aces and kings here. If he's always squeezing them pre, which I think he is. So I don't think I would. I think I'd do some defending with jacks and 10s, but that's a different story for another day. But I was pretty sure he wouldn't. And we called it off, and he had jacks. Now we have 70 big. Then we helped. And now we have 140 big, 70K. Coming back to 300, 600, 600. So it's actually going to be 115 bigs or whatever. Good start. Haven't been able to say that in a long time. The everything. All right, obviously that sound quality is dog shit. So if you got tricked thinking that I was about to let that play out, get fucked. But anyway, I will tell this hand history. We are about 80K deep, 40 bigs effective for this hand with blinds at 400, 800, 800. We look down at pocket tens, open under the gun to 2.1 bigs, folds to the button who 3-bets off 40 bigs to a smaller size, if I recall correctly, which puts about 9K in the pot. Flop comes out 7-7-3. We do continue cautiously. Flop comes 7-7-3. We check. He bets quarter pot. Fine. We're not folding yet. We continue putting about 13K or so in the pot. Turn is the 5 of spades. Again, fine card, but we are very cautious in this hand. Already feeling uncomfortable. And we check on the turn. And he now only bets 50% pot instead of shoving. And alarms are 100% going off. You just don't expect people to really bluff here off the stack. You have to realize now when he bets the turn after pre-flop and the flop, he has now like 32K to start the hand, so like 24K in his stack, and he's putting another 6.5, 7K into the pot, leaving himself about 15K behind. He doesn't have nines, he doesn't have eights, and I really just expect ace king to check back here always, or ace queen. But still, with that all being said, I think we still have to call one more time and decide to maybe fold on river despite the SPR, assuming that he never goes 3 streets. So be it. We do call, and when you're running good, the river comes the glorious 10 of diamonds, 25K or so now in the pot. He only has, like I said, I don't know, 20K behind, maybe even less, 15K behind. We check, he jams, we call. My intuition was right to be uncomfortable, but I played bad and fucking got there. Sometimes that's how you have to do it. Villain turns over pocket queens. We sucked out. We're running fucking good. Let's go. This put us over 100K after this hand. We had like 110, 120K in our stack early-ish on in the day. Day 1, 602 mil. Back to the video. Just got to end of level 12. We are probably about 200 off the money. Just played a crazy spot. There's no quiet areas in this fucking casino. Just either slots ringing in your ear or loud, obnoxious music. But just had this crazy spot where under the gun opens, cut off flat, squeeze the aces with no heart in the small blind. Under the gun folds, cut off calls. So his range is obviously like condensed to like middling pocket pairs, right? Some suited stuff. Should be pretty condensed though. King, queen, jack, flop, 2 hearts, 1 diamond. I have aces, no heart. I bet 15%, like 10K into 65K, give or take at 3K big blind. He calls, turn 6 of hearts. Puts 3 hearts on the board. So king, queen, jack, 6, 3 hearts, check. He checks pretty quickly. River's another 6, and I was between value betting, because now I beat king, queen, king, jack, or queen, jack suited, and checking. Probably should value bet, to be honest, but I checked, and he jammed. And I was just so confused. I'm like, I guess he has like queens sometimes, and I couldn't decide if he turns like some middling pocket pairs with a heart into a bluff, which seems kind of suicidal, but probably not that bad of a play. But like, just felt weird. I mean, his jam was like 100K into now like 85K, and I just decided on folding. He had quad 6s, which is so weird, which means he folded flop with 6s with no heart, which is just not great. I mean, that's why I bet so small there in King Queen Jack, but he's just in bad shape a lot, and he has one clean out, so whatever. I guess I'm happy I didn't have kings and had top full house, because I'd be out of the tournament. Hand for hand. Stack.
5 is still ahead. Let's see the turn. Turn is a jack. Let's see the river, please. The river is a 6. Our players, we did have elimination on this hand. Congratulations, you're on the money.
Wow. All right, it's the morning of Saturday, day 2. I'm still at the Borgata. I know I said I was going to drive home last night and then drive back this morning. However, things change. We bagged a hoofy stack, I would call it. 650K. We come back to 51010. Our flight ended on 816. I had 900K at the start of that level. Lost one small pot and then just a couple blinds, and I was kind of tightening up a bit. We played down to 8%, but knowing that we come back to specifically 5-10-10 today made me want to preserve my chips. Why would I want to play 40 bigs deep when I can play 65 bigs deep? It just seems like the chips are worth more than what they're valued at that level, knowing that they're actually worth, that 16,000. One big blind is actually 1.6 big blinds. So every time you put chips in, it just feels off. I don't know if there's actual math behind it, but it just feels like the chips. I guess at the same time, the chips won during those levels also worth a lot more. So I don't know. But either way, I didn't intentionally play like super tight. I just was maybe a little more cautious to take some spots. Either way, we ended up bagging 650, and which was a solid stack. I think I covered my whole table at the end. Maybe one other guy had a similar stack. Some sick hands. We got some footage.
100. Yeah, 150. Yeah. 150. Yeah. 2. Oh. 20. 20. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
How much is that? Okay. The biggest swing pot of the day was I opened ace-5 diamonds in the cutoff. Older Asian dude. 3-bet's really, like, basically a min 3-bet. So, like, I opened the 12. He goes, like, 25K on the button. We're about 40 off the money. Normally, you wouldn't play a ton of peeling here out of position versus a covering stack that close to the bubble. It would be reasonable for me to have some, like, probably want to jam this hand versus the 3-bet. However, I think in practice that's a punt in a $600 tournament. It's just not necessary to take, like, the amount of EV gained by jamming ace-5 suited is so marginal. So I peeled, and I also knew that, like, this guy was just going to play very ABC. Like, for example, if he has kings and the flop comes ace high, he's going to check by flop, or he's going to bet flop, check turn. Make it clear that, like I'm going to have some very I'm going to have clarity in terms of the strength of my hand. So, yeah, I was confident that there would be some clarity on the strength of my hand, and he would make it very easy for me to maneuver post-flop. So I peeled ace-5 of diamonds, cut-off button, 3-bet pot. We're both 265K deep at the 3K, 6K, 6K level. So we're pretty deep, 45-ish, 46 bigs. Flop is 5-3 deuce rainbow, check, and he now bets a little more than half pot, like 40K. Big bet, concerning, but I mean we have backdoor flusher, obviously top pair, which is not super relevant. It's definitely not good. most of the time, and we have a gutter, which is probably good, right? Or at worst we'd be chopping. I peel, I call, turns another 5, bingo. I check, he checks back, and I just knew I was gonna get all the chips on the river. I started thinking that he might have ace king when he checks turn. Like, I would think like in reality, like jacks plus should just keep betting, tens should keep betting. I mean, like I have sixes, sevens, eights, nines, right? Like, I have ace three suited, maybe. There was a backdoor flush draw too that came in on the turn. But either way, he checks back. River's offsuit 7, total brick, and I have, I don't know, so 25, 50 plus 80. Okay, he didn't bet 40K in the pot, but either way, he bet like a little over half pot. We'll call it like 100K in the pot, and I have 210K behind or something, and I just jammed for 2x pot. Um, and he's like, "Oh, like what do you have here?" And then he called. He just like pretty quickly called, and we got the massive fucking double up, and he got all pissed off that I really you play ace 5 suited 40 off the money. I was like, dude, we're 40 off the money. Chill, brother. And yeah, I did because I got all your fucking chips, as I knew I would when. Like, the implied odds are just insane in those spots. Like, you literally just know exactly where you are at every point in the hand. Um, and you just always get the max, almost always, when you get there. So there was that hand. Then, like, not even like an orbit later, I opened queens. Same guy jammed the ace 9 offsuit. We hold. We were up to like 700K at that point. Then won a couple more pots. Peaked at 900. So the sickest part about this tournament at the Borgata was if you bag, you got a free room. I don't know how they're making money. I mean, they're not. I mean, it overlaid and everything, but like they booked anyone that bagged last night got a free room tonight, and you could have got. I mean, last night, and you could have got a free room tonight as well, which is pretty sick. So I decided to stay. Fuck it, and we're coming back today, day 2, with 303 people. I believe 301 people. I'm sorry, with 303,000 the first. Gonna be in really good spot. Like I said, it comes back to 5, 10, 10. One of the flights ended super early, so my chips are worth a lot more than they were at the end of last night. With 65 big, 64.9. I have 649,000. I feel good about this tournament. I don't know. I'm due. Not a bad view. 9th floor. Holla. I'll vlog the day. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up winning, and this will be an interesting vlog to say the least. I'll try to get some more table card footage. Unless today goes horribly, then the next time you'll see my face will be getting into the car to get the fuck out of here. So the day didn't go great, and I completely lied. I ended up getting virtually no footage to the point where I had like a bust out hand that I really wanted to film at least on the way home and explain. And I was like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I should do it tomorrow. It's now 2 months later. I didn't think this footage would ever get used, but now that I'm a vlogger, here we are. So we ended up actually running semi deep. We finished in the final 100. I forget the exact spot. I want to say like 90th for like 6K or something. Maybe less than that. Given it was only 600, maybe it was 4K. Um, but our bust out hand was semi interesting. I might do a breakdown in the future, but it was where we ended up defending ace 2 suited off 15 bigs after getting short due to an all in. Um, just we're kind of card dead throughout the day. Really, what weren't too many hands that I played to begin with that were interesting, but we defend ace 2 suited versus an early position open, and we get a 7-7 deuce flop two tone. We had a backdoor flush draw to go with our pair. We check, he bets. An interesting rule or heuristic of poker is on these pair boards of these stacks, very rarely do you have check calls. You do a lot of check raising and folding, not much in between. And we have a pair and a backdoor flush draw. We put in a small check raise because we have to, poker, theory, we got to do it. And the guy pretty quickly jammed. I didn't feel good about it, but we're not folding here. He does have overpair, overcard, and flush draws, and sometimes he might be just going for it with ace king. He might think I'm just, getting out of line. I do tend to have that reputation. Um, and he did. He had just ace king o. So we had him. We were ahead, but he did have one of the suits and went runner flush to put a four flush on the board. No big deal. Good run. Fun tournament. Please subscribe. More to come. I told you, 2 days in a row, two vlogs. Who the fuck would have ever guessed it? Not I. Not I. But here we are. I'm having fun. My editing skills way better today. Give me some goddamn credit. Yeah.